The gas has been turned up here in New York City, and Nitro is on an absolute tear with the AWP nuke going in the way of Liquid 16-7. Pretty convincing showing their twist. They're not far behind in the numbers, and they say that a pistol round is the key to success. It is the gateway onward into the matchup, and surely Liquid knows exactly what that's about, as they do secure both pistols and pretty much run away with it here on Nuke. Of course, we do have Duncan and we do have Chad. Guys, why was this such a one-sided affair?
Could have been even more one-sided. Remember, the game could have ended a couple of rounds ago if Snacks hadn't won that 1v2 scenario. So I have to say, Mouse is getting all the dirty rounds. They're getting all the clutches. They're doing some pretty good work on the low econ game. Liquid's finally kicked into gear in this map, though. This is where you saw the big fragging. Then again, though, would you have expected it from Nitro? I mean, traditionally, it's Elysian probably waiting to come on the scoreboard. Naf's here. Yeah, amazing game by Nitro.
I said that the AWPs wouldn't be the winning factor for either side in this. You know, I thought because of the map, because of, you know, what we'd be looking at with Chris J doing the primary AWPing, Nitro not necessarily needing to be an AWPer. Out of his 26 kills, 18 of which were with the AWP, he had a huge amount of impact with the big green in the first half. In the first half, he had 100% kill, assist, survived, or was traded in a round. 100%, which means he was involved in every single round that they played in that first half, the victory, you know, and that's a huge stat to have right there. You can keep going with the statistics. In the first half, he had won 5 opening duels, had lost 0, and in 4 out of those 5 rounds, which he found opening success, they converted, right? So he had just a huge impact. It can't be understated at all. And I think, you know, this is the case right here, because I hope everyone's going to get their popcorn and settle in. This is going to be a long one. I feel this going the distance.
This is definitely turning more favorable, at least in showing up if you're Liquid, which is going to go a long way. We're going to be going into that third map. But you talked about numbers, Chad. I mean, the kill assist did just over 95% for Nitro there. He boistered 110 ADR across this map. I guess I kind of have to ask, I mean, where's Naf?
They didn't need him, did they?
They didn't on this one. They also didn't need a lead. He's just been chilling the whole time. The whole season's waiting to come on. Like, that's kind of what's ridiculous about Team Liquid. The abundance of talents they have, the absurd luxury of having all these players. Like we said about Nitro yesterday, the reason why this guy's doing this now is because he used to be the star player of Team Liquid. He was the entry player who relied on crisp, precision aim to instantly open a site up. Now he just chills as the in-game leader and the part-time AWPer, but then every now and then you get one of these games where it's kind of like a throwback.
Well, let's throw it over to the mousesports side of this and try to understand why they struggled so hard here. We can look at those numbers.
One name right there, second from the bottom.
Do you think that was
where is he so far?
Look, I was going to say...
He's been okay in the series, right? He hasn't been terrible. Like, here's the thing. It's one of those series where I haven't seen him do anything wrong on the screen. Hasn't made a key flaw. But where is he on the scoreboard? Like, you know, this is a guy who could be the best player in the server if he wants to.
That being T-sided nuke, you know, it's very difficult. And I was going to say that the numbers don't even tell the story of the game. You know, those guys could have... It's relatively even fragging throughout those mousesports players there. It's the fact that they got shut out, and when they did look like they were going to win a round, that's when Nitro stepped up and had a lot of impact. So it's not anybody in mousesports, in my opinion. Sure, Sunny we're used to touting as like a massive star, but I don't think because of stylistically the map and the strategies and the way that it kind of plays out, I don't think you're looking at anybody and pointing fingers and saying, hey, mate, you're the reason you lost in a 16-7 game. They weren't even in it like you highlighted, right? The fact that they lost that Snacks clutch actually got them a couple of buffer rounds, made the scoreline look a little bit more generous, that it shouldn't have been 16-7. It probably should have been 16-4.
It's like the best factor for Mouse, even in this loss here, is they do have playmakers. You see a whole bunch of their players. If they get into a site, they can wreak havoc. They're very clever about how they move around. They don't just take a straight-up aim duel always. The big flaw between the two teams that I've seen so far, though, is they are Mouse, the budget phase in that sense. They have the mad individual players. But every time you get into a 2vx type situation, your Team Liquid, they play off each other so well. Like, you see, they don't panic. If someone's got like a good angle and he's trapped someone in, they don't go and take that duel. They stay back. They use the time. They use the clock. They use the bomb. So generally, it's still 1-1, so it's still a pretty open series, but it's headed in the right direction for Team Liquid, I feel.
This is now a story where we have teams winning the other team's map pick. Right? So just changing it up a little bit now, going into Inferno, which would be Liquid's map pick. I mean, if this holds true, this could go in the way of mousesports, right?
Well, this one here, look, I don't think we're going to have that flip-flop. We saw them lose to Fnatic earlier in the tournament on this map. Now, it's not one that, you know, is towards the top of their map pool by any means, but it is one that is towards the map pool for that of Liquid. And one that they definitely... Like, the only weakness that I've seen on these guys is the lack of cohesion between Elysian and Naf on the same bomb site. And the fact that it's even coming out of my mouth is ridiculous, because Elysian and Naf are two players who just step up and deliver time and time again. But that's because they're so good. They don't really have the same level of setups, and they have worked on that in at least recent history, and there's a bit more cohesion on that B-bomb site. But historically, that was a problem for them, those two not getting it done. You look at that A-bomb site, that's where the weakness should be. Nitro can get picked off towards that arch side with the AWP. Obviously, if you can isolate Taco, find that kill, put so much pressure on Twist as the anchor player in the pit. So there should be more weakness on that A-bomb side, but it tends to be B where the weakness is.
I mean, in the beginning of 2018, NAF was definitely coming out into this sort of all-star player, all eyes on in North America. He is on the up and up, and it seems as though that's kind of slowed down just a little bit.
I don't think so at all. I just think so far in the series, like they won a map where he didn't need to do anything. Look, he was a player, you know, but when we have so many good players in this roster, it's hard to expect them all to show up all the time.
It is, but the thing on Naf as well is he's such an all-around talent. That's why I would have expected him to be really in the meat of it, you know. But that's also the weird part about the best of 5. Is like it is always in the back of your mind. Like there's not the same like urgency in map 1. Like if we lose this, the series is almost over. What if they win their map? No, you kind of know everyone's settled down, everyone's ready. And the downside of that is some people are slow starters. So you come into a map now in Inferno, this has got to be one of his absolute best in the whole pool. The guy's a monster when he plays that B site.
I would love to see a correlation between the amount of kills Naf gets early. Let's say he gets 1 or 2 on the pistol round and then a couple of eco kills, how he then storms away with a half. Because normally, I think that he needs to be that type of guy that gets off to a good start, because then he starts feeling the game. And us saying, oh, you feel the game. People might not understand that. You know, you're playing your role, you're playing your positions. But when you're feeling a timing, or you've read a rotation, or you understand how you're in their head and you have the confidence, it's not about you've actually in their head and you're in the matrix of the game. It's that you're confident in your decision making, and if something comes up, you're still going to hit your shot, right? It's being confident in yourself, and I think that's what early kills does for a player like Naf. So let's see how he starts this one off.
How about over on the mousesports side? I mean, names like Chris J is someone that definitely stuck out there for a little bit in this tournament and having just a showing of all showings.
Yes.
But also, you know, we expect Oscar to be making big waves as well. Seeing the AWP coming out on Inferno, it's going to be a pivotal weapon to be used.
Yeah, this is definitely a map Oscar can be very, very impactful on. Don't blame him on Nuke. As the casters pointed out, as we pointed out, he's not playing the AWP on that map, actually. That is Chris J's position. Plus, if you saw the semi-final yesterday, if anything, you have an inflated sense of how good Chris J's going to be, because he was tearing them up. He was playing absolutely amazing. Again, just like with the Nitro scenario, yeah, many moons ago, a star player, one of the better players. Now he's the in-game leader. Sure, we have this interesting thing going on. I guess they really are the budget phase, where like the star rifler's like, actually, I'm going to be in-game lead in a bit, you know, maybe you can do some here and there. So I definitely want to see the breakdown in that sense. But yeah, I'm looking for Oscar heavily on this map, because this was one of the ones in their prime where he could do so much on the T side with the AWP.
I just need to note something here. If you look at the last 3 months on land for Liquid on this map, they've had some huge victories, but their pistol stats suck.
Well, that Warhorn is ready to get this place going. New York Liquid are back in this fight. They're not out yet, but mousesports are going to make sure they have something to say about it. Let's get in the game, Henry.
Thank you very much, Stunner. Here we go then. Third map of the best of 5. Liquid on the T side of Inferno. mousesports aggressive at the start. You can see Sunny looking all the way down towards T steps, punished for that fact, as the P250 purchased by Liege will find the opening kill. Now 5 versus 4. They still have 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs, and 5 players alive. Nitro with no armor, same story for Liege. And Robs with a chance here to find the first kill for mousesports. That's much better. Can he get a second?
Good anticipation in the corner. Good kill from Twist as he jumps back in to find Oscar. Naf gets Rops down as well. Watch Chris pushing the smoke. Number 3-1 for pistols. In favor of Liquid. Looks to be the case again. Naf and Twist connect, and Naf wants some extra money. Doesn't quite get it, but either way, Liquid take the advantage on the T side of Inferno. That's brilliant. Back to their map point choice, by the way.
Absolutely true, but it's Inferno. Normally the third map in most best of 3s, but we're going to see it number 3 in a best of 5. Got Dust 2 coming up next, and then Mirage to finish things off. Certainly some great maps upcoming, but Liquid for now, they'll have the lead here on the T side of Inferno. MP5s are out, UMPs too, AK for NAF. Doesn't know that we've got heavy investment from the CTs here. Some upgraded pistols, only Sunny and Robs though picking up the armor. Deagle shots fired towards T-steps with nothing connecting as of yet, apart from Naf's AK it seems. He'll find Robs very early on into the round, that's towards top and middle, and they've got full banana control of this stage as well. It'll be Elysian Nitro have got control of the area, bombs at the bottom of the banana itself. And in terms of the setup now, we've got a 2-man stack towards first oranges, as you can see in the screens right now. Sunny in towards CT spawn. Terrorist is holding up for any sort of reactions. Oscar's going to give it to them. That's spotted. He'll fall back.
Back indeed, Nap will grab the bomb. Oscar staying passive. To Liquid, they can start to force the defense where they want at this point, quite frankly. There's not really any utility. Snacks has to get aggressive. He's going to try and play backside of the smoke to see if anyone will push through. He's actually spotted. I assume due to radar. I don't think they would have spotted his feet underneath in that situation, but they were certainly looking at the corner. Either way, Nitro finds two. Chris is being quiet on this. He might catch out the bomb. Smoke down. They all push towards CT, thinking it was certainly empty at the B side. It wasn't, but it is now.
Well, there we have it. The 2-0 comes in. That should guarantee the third as well. Just to note here, Matt, Team Liquid in the last 3 months on LAN have only won 4 out of 14 pistols on this particular map, but still have won 5 out of the 7 games. The fact they've won this pistol and managed to get the 3-0, it suggests this should be a lock-in victory for them. Their Inferno is incredibly strong. That's a little tidbit from Chad for you there. He sends me the information directly. And for now, 2-0. mousesports can't really do much of this apart from throw an HE grenade and actually do quite a ton of damage there towards Naf. And a headshot as well towards Elise. This might not be the foregone conclusion I was building it up to be, because Nitro's there alone now. His teammates tagged up. He needs to be incredibly careful. He's getting flashed. The Zeus's are out. Not connecting just yet as the Molotov starts to do its thing. It's actually a very convincing round in the end. Got a little bit dicey, but there we go. 3-0 for Team Liquid.
3-0 guns out for mousesports, and immediately onto the AWP. They'll be limited for utility, 4 smokes. That's about the minimum you can get away with on the CT side. Chris is going to go aggressive as well. It's a big buy early on from mousesports, but it certainly sets the tempo. Stick to a bonus as well. Everyone's still running that MP5. It's novel at this event, so I expect to see that regularly, but I still think that mid-range spray is a bit of a problem for the weapon. We'll see how long it lasts over sort of a 3-month sample size.
Gonna need some time to work it out. Double orb setup though. Something we are really looking forward to in this series. Obviously on Nuke, we don't get to see Oscar on the AWP as much, Chris J being the main sniper. Robs to defend here, but that's a guaranteed kill for himself. The MP5 will find one in response, and now Rob's in trouble as the SMGs jump towards his position. He's doing a fantastic job, maintains the man advantage, but smokes down. Snacks might have to allow this bomb to go down.
2 MP5s to hold it in the post plant. They did not get toward the pit. They were so committed to getting the plant before the rotations arrived that the M4 stays there. Nitro waiting to see if they'll commit and wrap around. Has a stance on top of the box to try and catch them off. He'll be very careful as the flames get behind him. That's part of the reason he elevated himself. He needs Elige to take some of the aggro. Good find, exactly that. They look toward Elige, and Nitro strikes from above because no one stands on that box. Chris has to get away. AWP, 21 HP, 4-0 for Liquid.
Nitro gets 3 kills there with the SMG, finds an AWP at the end. That was technically a bonus round for Team Liquid, and that was looking so promising, especially with Rob's hard work in that pit area, but it all falls apart at the very last exchange. Nitro with 3, they'll both survive there and take the AWP into the next round, but so will Chris J. Will they force off the back of that? I'm not 100% sure, but time will tell. Round 5 coming up, but so far so good for Team Liquid. They are certainly the favorites in this series, and there might be a tactical timeout from mousesports for the decision to be made in terms of their buy. The MP5 does a great job there. That's perfect for the MP5, Matt. In that sort of range, that sort of position as well. Farm a load of cash, get it done, pick up the AWP, and just to note, mousesports will not be forcing here. They are going to challenge towards middle, though. It's Chris who's got the orb. And no one jumping down towards underpass just yet. He'll focus towards second middle.
Snacks is certainly investigative toward Barrel's position, and he might get rewarded for it. Everything was perfect in his position to get up on top of the wall, to get up on the planks, but couldn't find the shot. Nade goes down. Nitro takes damage. Sonny gets one in return. Fall inside of the site with a deagle in hand. Watch the AWP for Chris slide out. Remember, this is the saved weapon. And if he finds a pick now, it could have a massive influence on the round, although they do get back down Banana. He still has a chance to look for Nitro. Twist, meanwhile, gets Rops. He has to be somewhat careful as he gets out from Boiler. Twist will start to clear behind them. They've got to make sure they spot out Oscar fast enough. Position to deny the plant, but with 54 seconds, if he drops the bomb, chance maybe Chris gets back out from Library. They've got a smoke in front. Oscar's pretty much going to have to be perfect and probably get more than just one. Chris gets away with finding Taco as they try and clear out the pit. Risky as he wants to get away from Moto. Tried to go for the knife. Twist gets the plant. That's rather audacious from Oscar in that situation.
Well, he actually fired all the bullets he had in his CZ. He had no chance, but just to run around with the knife, so couldn't find the shot. And that's why they put the smoke on the bomb site there. So even if a player is waiting, it's still going to be very difficult for them to try and deny the plant. It works out perfectly, and Chris J to save the AWP. But Twist, he is on the prowl right now, but can't find him. Chris J's burrowed away in towards the B side, right in the ruins. But 5-0 for Liquid. They took an eco before, so mousesports, they can save the AWP. Won't actually be in quite a healthy position next round. Loss bonus, obviously, at the maximum after this round, but this is turning into a bit of a nightmare for mousesports on the CT side, Matt, of Inferno. You really don't want to be looking at the barrel of a 0-5 scoreline. They will save the AWP. The buys come through. Oscar currently 0-5. Snacks 0-5. Sunny 0-5. That is not turning up in the fragging department right now. Robs has got 5 kills. But there are a few names that are dramatically dropping off. And this has been a bit of a calling card for mousesports in some of their big, high-pressure games. If you lose one of the key names, that can be really pivotal.
Down, it's not quite on the mark. And minor damage to Nitro. Chris under pressure. Walked into the sandbags, but gets away with one, and that allows Snacks to walk back out and combine to take down Twist. So very good hold from top side of Banana. Liquid's got to take a very different approach. 5-0 starts fantastic. There's certainly no pressure. $10,000, by the way, for Nitro.
Yeah, plenty of cash.
Yeah, not bad at all. Don't know that he's the one I would expect to be T-sided opping, though. I think Liquid's probably going to stick to more of a 5-rifle situation.
Yeah, they don't have to AWP. I think it's a bit of a common misconception in CS generally. The T-sides, you can absolutely run 5 AKs. It's just if an AWP becomes a big problem for you when you're entering bomb sites, that's when you want to pick it up, perhaps. But Snack's great position here. Smoke is decent. Chris J just needs one more kill. They line up for him. Not quite going to connect the shot, though. Snacks, though, he should be able to at least get one kill out of this. There's the first. He'll drop down towards new boxes. At this point, it's just Liquid trying to cause financial damage. But Naf in a 1 versus 5. He'll be taken care of as well. There it is. mousesports arrive on the scoreboard. 5-1. And that's exactly what they needed. They need decent numbers there, Matt, just so they can avoid the full reset. They'll go back into a double AWP setup. Everyone's off the mark now, bar Sunny. He's still 0-5. Also gets his first frag, and so indeed does Snacks. So there we go, no tactical timeouts here, but Naf is actually the one to bring out the AWP into this next gun round. So, he did remember what happened at the Major. He said, I'm going to be AWP on Inferno for a while in overtime. Maybe what's to translate.
You know what? Naf's a little more flashy with the AWP than Nitro, and I think T-sided Inferno, you really have to be a quick peeking AWP. You have to be able to take those angles with authority. So that doesn't actually deter me too much, or at least put me off a scent. I think that's a confident move for them to make.
Absolutely. Nitro still with $7,000 after the reinvestment. Naf down to 0. AWP is always going to be a significant investment. Nitro with full banana control, but he knows the possibility of a retake is there. That's why he's staring into the corner. Elise will challenge, and if any flashes come out, Nitro can turn around. He can be battling while Elise will be falling back. But happy with their positional control. They'll leave Naflight alone with the AWP towards B and start to probe middle, see if they can get that control there. It's like a checklist on Inferno on the default. Banana control first. That's normally the easiest to achieve. Then towards middle. You're trying to take away CT vision and information. If they don't know what's going on at B or middle, all they can do is really turtle up on the sites in crossfires, which is absolutely fine, but obviously you can't really control the rotations as effectively.
Waiting for a chance. Mid-wall held, at least for Liquid. Rops waiting to watch as well toward the apartments. Liquid won't commit yet. If they can actually wrap back, Oscar's gone passive. They can take him down. They open up the availability to go toward B if they even want to do that. So that'd be perfect in his positioning. Smoke off. They know the op is in there now. Nitro's going to take the charge to go toward the site. He's got to be very careful because Sunny's still in the corner. Is able to catch him before he can clear out the graveyard. That said, Naf got Rops instead on the AWP, and Elige has found Sunny. You're right. I think they have to at this point, especially Oscar on that AWP. He's got one in the bank, but not all his teammates are in the same financial situation, and really there's not a chance they get back to that site.
Absolutely so. There it is. Oscar completely removed from the situation due to those smokes being deployed so effectively. So there we go. Team Liquid, that banana control at the start. Keeps 2 players at the B site. They effectively get that mid control. The smokes go down. They trade out the kills incredibly efficiently at that point and make Oscar just completely redundant. He couldn't do anything. He's holding arch, smoked out. Went towards library, smoked out. His teammates getting pincered there from the apartment's quad and indeed the arch side. And they didn't hit their shots. Sunny got one. That gives up his position. He gets punished. And mousesports just have to save the weaponry here. Sure, they had a clean sweep before, but still, that's their loss bonus gone now. They've saved 2 orbs into the next round. But is that going to be enough? He'll still have a decent buy. But still, Oscar can't really get into 5th gear at this point. He's struggling to really get off the mark in the last couple of maps.
I mean, the good news is in saving that second op and having one left over, they can go back to the double op quickly enough. They'll certainly have a buy around this. So despite being down 6-1, they've managed the economy in a reasonably good state. Still, though, giving up that many rounds to Liquid T-side becomes a huge concern when now we're back, I guess, on sequence, if you want to call it that. They've each stolen the opposite team's map pick, but now we're back on the standard course, and this being Liquid's choice certainly starts to give them back the advantage in the series. Now just going to run it again. Kill in the last round. He was able to clear out Graveyard through the wall and the stairs as well to find Rops, which is certainly somewhere where the op is massively beneficial. That's a pretty clean shot once you have the information that someone's there.
Round 8 coming up. What's the response here from mousesports? They want to try and change things up, maybe get a little bit more aggressive. Chris J normally very good at getting that beat controls. The Oscar finally waking up here. Great shot from him. Takes down Nafly, but Chris J took so much damage committing towards the barrels there. He'll be left on 31, so still a great chance for Liquid here to bounce back. They have got the big control. Snacks and Chris J holding patiently here. One at the coffins, the other in CT. Molotovs deployed. Change the setup here. You can see Sunny and Oscar actually challenging for middle instead of it just being given up completely. And for now, Elige, Nitro, and Twists might be setting up for the full B execution here.
Snacks is in rotation. He's waiting for Sunny to get to CT. The problem is if they don't go and he's not toward coffins, it could be a problem for him. Smoke goes down, Snacks tries to peek it out. Twist finds the opener. He's responded. Traded off. Snacks still has an angle, but brilliant from Nitro as he slides over the wall. There's the AK prowess again from him.
Why not have that sort of mentality? If we are going to just blow them out of the water with individual aim duels, why even complicate things with the smokes and flashbangs? No team do that at all. Walking towards the site, get to the precipice of the bomb site itself and this run through. They weren't ready for it. They had the grenades in their hands. And my goodness, why not play like that, Liquid? You're hitting absolutely every shot. Their aim is undeniably good. As Rops and Oscar have to look on once again. They'll save the AWP and M4 this time, but money is starting to be whittled down now. I'm not sure they'll be able to force again. To be fair, they actually have 3 players on around the 4K mark, so they should be fine for another buy. So you're right, you pointed out, they've been very good at managing their economy so far, but that will only get you so far into the game, because they're 7-1 down on the CT side of Inferno. This is a very one-sided affair so far.
Op goes back to Naf. Nitro seems comfortable on the AK, that's been evident. Yes, they've managed the economy, but now they're starting to struggle. Inevitably, that was going to happen. So Oscar, okay, take it back. He's got an op down. I didn't think they actually got one out. So they'll run it again, double op. And Chris, this time, wanting to go aggressive. He hasn't gone for the mid-peak yet, and arguably, although he's covering off mid, he hasn't gone toward the T-stairs still because he stayed just shy of that mark. Good find from Oscar. Very fast shot as Twist tried to jump across. Keep in mind, Twist is your pit player when we get over to the CT side, and he's usually very effective in that position as well. Just as he was on the CT side of Cash. Seems like a great defensive player.
There we go, nice setup here. Chris J in spawn. He's got Snacks boosted above and trying to take all that aggro away as the T's will boost behind the smoke. Looking for their point of entry. Chris, though, getting into a position where he can shut down the play. He'll fire off a shot and leave Snacks boosted up.
Chris has an angle, though, again. You said it, they want to leave these open and try and go for duels. The problem is now it's an op there, not an M4, and perhaps they'll regret that decision because Chris punishes them, and finally mousesports get around 5 alive. So they've managed the economy to keep themselves in it. Now they get a massive boost because they'll also get an AK carried over, as well as the 2 ops still held.
Absolutely right. mousesports now on their feet. Double orb setup starting to be efficient there. Oscar to open things up at the start of the round, and Chris J to slam them home. Round 10 coming up. No AWP on the T side here. Here's Chris J. Lovely sequence of the AWP. This shot especially incredibly fast. They're going to need a lot more where that came from. 4 players on the B side of the map. They want to challenge Banana this time. They're not going to give it up for free. The nades are flying in. Elige is going down, surely. He's got 11 HP. Somehow negates death. As the CTs will fall back now. They send 4 players there at the start just to shut down the rush. They do a damage, but ideally would have liked a kill or 2 just to justify that investment. But still, absolutely fine. They fall back to their positions. Oscar towards Arch and Sunny already back on the A side.
Just looking for a chance as well to go back out. Flash came over, didn't catch him. He knows there's certainly someone still trying to get Banana control, so he'll check and clear all the way to the barrels. Did he not? He did. Okay, just barely saw the head of Elige. Great reaction. Could have easily been the problem going the other way if he didn't and tried to retreat. The angle, therefore, would have favored Elige. Nades still held defensively for the CTs. They've got quite a bit. In fact, 4 smokes still to work with 49 seconds. This is going to be very hard for Liquid to get inside of the site. They time those well. Oscar's got mid-wall. Naf's there with the bomb. He's the one that he could be caught. He is caught, but he threw the bomb past, so Oscar didn't quite get a chance to deny it. Twist will pick that up. Look at Rops still inside of the pit. Look at Sunny and Snacks. Such a hard crossfire. Good secondary smoke thrown from Liquid. That allows Nitro to potentially push through, but he goes back toward it instead, and Snacks is still there.
Now we might have a map on our hands here. mousesports starting to wake up on the CT side. Really rough start for them. That's now 2 rounds in a row. They haven't quite broken down the finances of Liquid just yet, but there will be a tactical timeout. Liquid can buy. This won't be the most exciting of purchases. They've got a Legion 7,400. The rest of them averaging about 3.5K. So it'll take some time to discuss their options here, but Liquid have already got enough done really on the T side of Inferno. Here's Elige looking around. You can see him just checking out the flames, making sure he can survive that situation. Wasn't quite enough though. Snacks using the smokes to his advantage there, pushing them through. And there will just be a partial purchase here for Liquid. So not going to fully invest in the round. Number 11 coming through. The latter stages now of the first half of the 3rd map here in the grand final of ESL One New York.
Keep in mind, yeah, like you say, with that eye tracker on the HUD that we're looking at, we don't see the fact that health and ammo are displayed in the bottom, so sometimes he's checking information for his own situation, as you say, his vitals in that situation.
The radar, obviously, as well.
Yeah, top left in that case.
So yeah, that's a very good point. Lots of damage done at the start of this round. Remember, they are just on pistols, but they take a single death there. It will be Nitro taken down with the edges of the start. Elige battered and bruised as well. Not sure they'll be able to get much done here. Presumably just going to try and execute towards B. Get a bomb plant down there, see if they can overwhelm the AWP potential of Oscar and Chris J, which actually starting to look quite tantalizing now. Sunny will rotate back. They actually have a decent B set up. It will be Snacks and Chris J once again. Taco just to hold second middle. They have been doing plenty of contact plays towards B, but as we said, this is one of the rounds. Going to try and get a plant out of this. So smokes, Molotovs, flashes going in. Chris J actually misses a shot now, but he won't do that twice. He'll take down Naf, and the bomb desperately tries to make his way towards the side.
Pistols need smoke. Chris manages still to get one before it's put in front of him. Sunny, all time to the boost, although Dinked in return does deny the bomb from getting into position, so Elige couldn't plant Taco down, and the bomb plant in general looks like that might be gone away from them as Twist is now in a 1 versus 5. This would be the 3rd round in a row in which Liquid failed to get a single kill. So you want to talk about building that? Okay, I take it back. Maybe I should have said so sooner for their perspective, but nonetheless, it's building up that bank. We talked about they managed it so well early on. Now look at them. They've got 11K on Oscar pre-buy.
Yeah, they're bringing this right back. It was quite desperate at 7-1. The mousesports starting to step up the double orb setup, proving to be a worthy investment here. Absolutely so. Liquid with 5 AKs once again, still not fully equipped. Tacker with just 1 bit of utility there. That will be the single smoke. No flashbangs really on him either. So 2 Molotovs will go into a default here, and maybe mousesports want to start being a bit more aggressive, just like this. Chris J taking the same amount of damage. Wants to wait for that to go down first. Oscar starting to get in the zone now. Happy to challenge towards second middle on the bridge. Nothing spotted, but Chris J now at the half wall. He has full banana control, presumably fires up a shot in a second. It's a brave play, but he's got so much intel now. Potentially he can be there alone as Snacks will be allowed to fall back.
Taco backs off the angle as well. But a jostling at the start of the rounds, which is not uncommon really on Inferno. Chris.
Oh, it hits.
It does. It collected a lead. She's down to 45. They're struggling for position inside of Banana. Even when mousesports are staying passive, they're still getting so much damage dealt onto Liquid. And Elige seems to be receiving most of it, to be fair. Whether it's flames or an op shot to the head, or throw a wall in this case. Trying to delay them further. 45 seconds, Nade's gonna go out. That's gonna do some significant damage onto Naf. He goes down to 48, backs to the arch. Wants them to wrap around because that pulls them toward Oscar, and he knowingly puts himself in the position to take advantage of it. Takes down Nitro.
5 versus 4, man. Oscar looks like he's gonna hit absolutely everyone at this point. Really getting stuck into this first half, and it looks like Liquid might be out of gas here because they haven't really got much left. They're not winning the duels anymore. They're not looking as confident. They've slowed it right down, and they're barely getting that basic map control they were doing such a good job of initially.
Twist has the only 2 kills for Liquid in the last 4 rounds. So it's a huge problem. Suddenly everything has changed. Thankfully, they got those 7 rounds early on.
Indeed. Yeah, this is not looking half as convincing as it was when they had all the momentum. They'll be down to another eco here, just Deagles and Armor. Double Orbs just completely shutting them down. That initial bit of banana control from mousesports as well was enough to funnel them up towards middle. And same grenade damage on the same player, Elige down to 35. But they have pushed the CTs back somewhat. Taco will explore his options towards middle, but Oscar surely spotted him there. And Sunny and Snacks go to town. Oscar doesn't even want to be part of this, just wants to make sure he survives. Elige bravely goes through the smoke at the B-bomb site. Snacks to defend here and deny the plants.
Oscar knew he could get away, but you're right, Snacks holding off smoke. Not in play, but certainly a Molotov is. He can't get into an angle, but they've pinched them off inside of Banana. Sunny and Oscar just to hold the back lines as Snacks goes to work. Finds Nitro immediately. Good pull the trigger of Elige as he gets towards CT. AWP in hand though, in a 1 versus 3. Knows that Snacks is still into ruins, gets aggressive. That gives him a chance, but not fast enough to get away from Sunny's grasp, as it's now 1 round between them after being 7-1.
Yeah, absolutely. mousesports much better now. AKs once again for Team Liquid. Their default has stopped working. We haven't seen much in terms of technical execution from them so far. They were relying on their individual prowess, and that only got them to this stage. I still think 7's absolutely enough on Inferno, but it doesn't look like it will be an easy run at this stage. Chris J and Snacks looking to slow things down. Chris going for the same pick, but it's Oscar once more looking towards second middle. Chris J pushed back once again due to the Molotov at the barrels. You can see how tentative Liquid are being now. Not even challenging at the very start, waiting for the utility to be deployed before they make their next move. Oscar will be waiting towards top and middle. The grenade hits Nitro and Elige, but not too much significant damage there. But Chris J still ready and waiting on the corner.
Taco in the smoke. Oh, Robs. He knows he threw that from exactly in the corner, but doesn't want to commit to the spray and give himself up. He'll chase instead. Really past each other, he'll get away. Realizes it's a bit awkward. Doesn't want to get caught out getting aggressive or trying to be too clever for his own good. Taco does the same.
Well, there we go. Finally, an advantage for Liquid. It's Nafly to open things up. He'll take down one of the brutal snipers. Chris J removed from the equation, but Sunny's still up and about. Naf has been tagged, and he'll actually be pushing through the smoke here towards the arch side. Will this work out for him? Time will tell. Sunny seems to be very confident in his ability to take anyone who's going to probe towards the arch side. Oscar not going to miss that. It's Twist, though, that will take him down. 4 versus 2 now. Snacks and Robs on the retake. Just Snacks left. I don't think the B player will be able to do anything about this, and that's going to confirm a half a victory for Liquid now. 8-7 is the best mousesports can hope for. 1 round remaining. And Snacks will save the AWP. Money definitely not a factor. Look at Oscar. He's got $16,000 going to that next round.
Not bad at all. Snacks only has 32, but who cares? His teammates wealthy as can be as they head to round 15, so full buy for both teams coming up. Good find from Naf to start it off. You said it. Snacks nearly caught him retreating down Banana, but even still, it was the A side that became the problem as they overwhelmed everyone inside of it. Snacks might even be found here.
Yeah, it has no output in the game at all.
Absolutely none, yeah.
So if he saves, great. If not, still fine. He can even drop 2 orbs next round if he wanted to. He'll hold on.
It's actually going to go up the stairs. I think he's aware of the fact that it has little outcome, so he's looking for kills himself to get toward the top. Lets them go by. All right, fair enough. He's being sneaky. Thought he might engage on that. 8-7 at the very least for Liquid on the T side, but possibly a 9-6 as they, again, will buy up fully into this. They'll stick with the AKs. I think that's been working better. Naf had a few kills with the op, but they were very situational after there was already space open for him.
You can see the distinct lack of utility using the bomb side there. Just that one smoke towards the library. A couple of flashbangs, and most teams, when they enter towards the A side, they'll have smokes all over the side, in front of the pit. You can see it was very vanilla, and that's been so successful for Liquid. Let your young players like Nitro and Twist get stuck in there. And Snacks and Chris J once more, fending off the banana approach. Chris J fires the shot, this time doesn't do the damage. But they've got 3 players successfully to the top of banana now, Team Liquid. Twist holding towards the apartments with Taco. They continue their default now, trying to bait out as much utility as they possibly can. And that's their cue to fall back by the looks of things. Just want to make sure they at least show presence towards B. 3 players still there. Nitro at the very top. Seems they've changed their mind.
Certainly going to go on this. Snacks has to play it posted. We'll see if they use more utility because they have been going for that contact. As soon as Chris got the off, it became more of a problem for them. Chris still backlines, has vision, but so many flashes, he can't quite get an angle. Fires between 2. Snacks, though, is pushed back in. He took the invitation based on Chris's activity. Finds 2. Finally, they answer it. Ali's the one to do so, but the rotations are on the way and far closer than they would have been if not for Chris staying alive so long, which means the bomb now a problem. They may even retreat. They forced the rotations. This is clever, but it's risky as well.
It certainly is risky. The CT's not cottoned on just yet. Rops has an inkling now. He'll have to be the first player back as Taco tries to make his way towards the A side. The race is on. Sunny's coming from bottom of middle. They do have a plan available to them. Taco confirms that as the side is completely open. But Sunny making noise there towards top of middle. It's a great call by Liquid, but will it equate to a round victory here?
Brilliant mid-round call and Twist. He catches out Sunny, going toward the apartments as well. That's unorthodox considering no one pushed Library. They went for the long plant and Twist turns it back. Finds Oscar as well, Rops. They all rotated. It was great to get away, and when they arrive back on the other side, Liquid's already got them covered off. 9-6 as they take both bomb sites in one round.
Pretty good stuff there from Liquid. It seemed like they dropped off from that after a great start, 7-1 in their favor. It seemed like mousesports were actually going to convert the half completely, but overall, they are pleased to split down the middle. We're going to throw it down to Banks, who's on the show floor.
Thank you, Sadakist. I am with a very excited Liquid fan. This man has literally just been jumping up, screaming, shouting, and you got a pretty awesome flag. Are you happy with just how them last few rounds there? You looked just a little bit excited.
I am, yeah, because Liquid's going to win. 3-1.
Ooh, 3-1.
Go Liquid!
So do you think mousesports got no chance in this, I'm guessing?
No chance.
No chance. You heard it directly from him, guys. Let's get it back over to Henry and Sadakist, and let's get on with the game.
Keep in mind to go 3-1, Henry, Banks, and everyone else in the arena. They've got to play mousesports on Dust 2 as the 4th map. Dust 2 is a map that throughout history has been one of Chris J's favorites, and certainly mousesports as well. So that's not quite as easy as it is said.
It will certainly be exciting, though, whatever happens. Dust 2, if that is the final place to end this game, I'm sure it'll be an absolute belter. Either way, we get into the second half, and I can confirm the Julies are out. Elige has purchased them on the CT side of Inferno. They've got 2 smokes to work with, no kits, and mousesports aren't messing around whatsoever. They're going to be pushing forward, top and middle right away. Twist, been so good so far. Can he find anything? Absolutely not. Taken down. It's up to Taco now, but his teammates are dropping like flies around him.
Trying desperately to at least slow them down as they get the bomb toward the side. He's done that. In fact, Nitro's going to come in. Nitro's going to chase down the hall. He'll punch Chris J out of the round. Snacks has the bomb, though, and they have removed all of the CTs from the site. But the retake is certainly on as Naf manages to find Oscar. Bomb planted by Snacks. He's going to try and locate himself so that he can use the boxes, use the barrels, and bait them out again as he tries to pull it back. Nitro, last alive. Not tagged as of yet. But Snacks can play the time. He has the advantage in the situation as the bomb continues to tick. Nitro does not have a kit. Snacks is playing this to perfection as he gets away and baits him back. Snacks, as always, on a pistol round.
3 kills for Snacks, and that was a must-win round for mousesports there. They managed to find their 7th round and stop Liquid swelling at this point and getting to well into the double digits as presumably Liquid will just get Deagles out, no armor again. That's been actually their play for most of this tournament, but they are going to invest with Twist and Nap with the armor there. But mousesports with 2 rifles, a Galil for Oscar, Snacks on the AK, actually Sunny with one at the very end as well. Beautifully played from Snacks, I have to say. He just toyed with Nitro there completely, as Oscar looks to open things up here with the Galil. Aggressively towards mid. Need to be careful. The CTs are there with Deagles, but Naflight can't find the insta-kill and have to fall back.
Swing from Snacks again toward top middle. Watch underneath the Adrian. Double position, double peek. That gives Elige a kill cleanly as well. All him. No crossfire. Twist! He's got the assists! Sunny has the range game, so even though they take out the players at top mid, they're unable to collect the guns, and look how low the HP is. They can't afford to reface against a rapid-firing AK from that position. But Naf is on the horse back over toward B, just in case they run that direction instead. Great start from Liquid.
Yeah, that's not bad at all, but still a fighting chance here for mousesports. Look at the HP situation. Nitro, Elige, and Naf all tagged about 10 HP. You sneeze on them, they'll go down. Sunny, he'll be low as well, but Rob's anything but. They've got the utility here. If they can stick together and use the advantage they have with the rifles, there's still absolutely a chance they can do this. Look at Liquid, they haven't managed to gather a single rifle or SMG. They're still on their pistols here. Their time is ticking away for mousesports. They need to be very efficient with these kills, and Robs, he'll take a few bullets and not get anything done.
Pushing through, Taco has to hold this. So low, though, on HP that Sunny's easily able to get the first. Robs gets the bomb back. 1 on 3. 2 inside of the A site where he elects to go 20 seconds. He pretty much has to commit to it. Relies on a Molotov to try and push them out of the graveyard. Spots one more at the small pit. Nitro's not going to take the bait on this. No need. Bomb site's all he has to defend, so he stays put, stays behind the pillar. Rops has no idea. He's pulled the bomb out defenseless. Now he spots him up close. Realizes it, but it's too late. No time to plant either way.
Well, there we have it. Liquid answer back after losing the pistol. They give mousesports a taste of their own medicine, and boy, is it bitter. The CZs towards top and middle, absolutely disgusting. The teamwork just off the charts there. Liquid punished mousesports. They were being way too aggressive, in my opinion. You want to be very default and defensive in the beginning stages of those anti-eco rounds. We were saying mousesports were very effective, if you remember, on Cash and not giving much away, but Inferno can be such a difficult map. It can snowball out of control as soon as you give one frag away and you try to get the trade. You don't realize how many CTs are on the other side, and it can crumble very quickly. Just to know, mousesports are fully invested here as well. They have Deagle armor, a couple of smokes, and 1 flashbang, as Naf will be probing towards B with Elige. There's nothing to report just yet from mousesports. They're holding up for the CT's initial plays and grenades. They don't want to take any early damage and see if there's any 1-digs available to them.
Slow it down. Let Naf hold with the Galil. 1:06. Mousesports trying to perhaps capitalize on a mistake at this point, really let Naf work his way out. He's certainly taking the invitation, but realizes now it's probably unwise and gets his teammate to set a crossfire. Banana will be the attack.
That's looking very successful so far. Team Liquid mow them down. But Robs and Snacks at least opened up the site. There could be a plant out of this. Smoke down towards spawn, and that plant's guaranteed now. mousesports won't be winning the round necessarily, but they'll give it a good go. Not impossible, but Snacks is such low HP.
They've picked up the guns as well. That looked so good when Elige found 3 kills, but they got the 2 they needed in return to open the site. And just enough utility as well to cover off Liquid. This is absolutely going to get interesting. Rops only has the Galil. If you had the guns in the alternate situations, given the HP, it might be better off for them. But Rops is removed immediately, so is Snacks. Good retake from Nitro and Twist. And Liquid will find number 11.
Well, there we go. mousesports presumably don't buy next round, but it will give their first gun round a very healthy complexion. 3 players survivor Team Liquid here after losing the pistol. They fight back in the second and now are in full control of the second half. 11-7 in their favor. If you are just joining us, this is the grand final, best of 5. We've already had 2 maps. Split the difference right down the middle. It was mousesports to take an early lead on Cash. But Liquid looked so good on Nuke. mousesports didn't really show up to the occasion. That's the replay from Elige. Just focusing on the frags in the middle of his screen there. And we'll get into round number 19. PT50 CZs, a few smokes and a few kills as Swiss J will get the first, and that's not really required from the CTs there. Trying to get early information, ultimately just giving up a rifle. Not accessible to mousesports just yet, but they're going to wait and see if any reactions come through.
Grab the bomb again as well.
Got the rifle, just to note.
Yep, Chris has that picked up. He can start to be aggressive. Important to note that he has armor as well. At a slight cost of not having a helmet, though, going against M4s.
Yeah.
Twist gonna peek out. He should be the one to make contact, but smoke goes down just as he got to the edge. Chris runs it. He wants to be first in. Twist, he's actually made contact, literally, with all of them as they catch him on the way by. Thankfully, he gets the bomb of all people and inside of the pits. Chris now finds himself completely alone.
Yeah, that was looking quite interesting for a moment there, but Twist caught up in the action, sits in the smoke, and as you mentioned, takes that bomb down, and that was absolutely everything. No reason for that to happen, though, Naf. You've got the bomb down, you can have full vision, and at least he's got intel as to where Chris is, but he's still hitting absolutely everything here. Can't find the final kill. Elige holds his nerve, but way more expensive than it had to be. He didn't have to push him at all there. It was quite obvious he was in the pits, but there we go. Liquid will have one player survive, and that sets up a lot of chance for the reset potential here. If mousesports can win this now, they could get 2 more off the bounce. Here's Elige just finishing things off. Taking down Chris J there, but way too close. No AWPs, a couple of kits, Nitro and Naf of our helmets, so you can see how financially burdened they are. Sunny fast towards B, the flashbang ready to assist him here, but the utility will hold him at bay. We won't use the smoke just yet. There it is. Started to take some damage, and now will hold back. The spray coming from Elige here, and he gets the dink on Sunny, converts that to a frag. Job done, fullback.
Absolutely. No need to overextend in this. They have the man advantage. Chris and Oscar will pursue after it. They'll at least take back part of the map that's given to them as a result, including that of a nade to clear the corner. Nitro's still over here as well. If Chris goes around the corner, 2 players facing him, walks into it. Optimistic at best, and now with Elige being flashed in and Naf there to support, they can afford one trade because Nitro's still in position. Bomb goes down. Very well played structurally from Liquid.
Easy does it. No problem whatsoever. Liquid in cruise control right now. Shutting down everything towards that B side. Nice bit of aggression as well. Calculated aggression with the smoke down, the Molotov sequence as well. As soon as they hear that smoke deployed on the T side, they know they have control at that point. They can nade further, push down, and at least with the initial ding, this kill was absolutely everything. Look at the control. Once he goes for the reposition, it's just beautifully done. And then the shutdown coming towards the sandbags, no problem whatsoever, and a timeout will come through. 13-7 here on the 3rd map, and mousesports with a partial buy. Can't really justify a full investment, but they do get CZ's armor and a decent amount of utility. That's actually still a competitive round. It won't be a walk in the park here for Team Liquid by any stretch of the imagination. We get into round number 21 very quickly now. Nitro and Elige with AK-47s. Notice how they haven't really been relying on the AWP on the CT side.
In every game, there's always been one player kind of behind. This time it's Taco. But again, Liquid are in the lead. Naf, to note, is on 13, middle of the chart. Elige and Twist lead the way. So Naf's back involved, I guess you could say, in this game. Watch for Taco inside of the apartments. He's going to have pressure first from Snacks, and it doesn't look like he's slowing down. Flash timing's perfect. Snacks, he'll take him out, but can't quite get toward the gun as of yet. The nade, did that throw the gun closer? No. Either way, Snacks will run over and take the initiative to grab it himself. Elige knows they're just around the corner, but does he check Boilers? Certainly will. Dinked up, though. They know the damage is there, so Rops tries to capitalize. Goes for the AK, but peeked from the opposite side of the mid-wall, and 14-7 for Liquid.
Quick round. Touching distance now. Finding 2-1 overall in this grand final. Money starting to stabilize for mousesports. No AWP on either side still. Here's Elige. Hungry for frags as he pushes through the smoke. Mows them down. Nothing can be done as he continues to apply the paint towards shorts. Change of approach here as mousesports heading towards second middle. No default, it looks like this could be a fast execution here as the incendiary goes down towards T steps. Jay and Snacks get their way towards apartments. Rops will join them. Elige once again looking for that control of B, and he's actually got it. Does he push any further with this? He actually does. This is a brave call.
All the way down.
See you
Even
later.
with Oscar looking and an M4, yeah. completely removed. Pretty sick. Sonny's gonna make up for it though. Oscar may have been gone, but Chris makes sure that he's not forgotten. He has since fallen to Naf. The advantage actually now resides on the mousesports side. Bomb waiting inside of the apartments is actually gonna rotate away as well. There's no need to overcommit to it. Rops hasn't entered toward the A site. Sonny's cleared B. But can Snacks even get there? That's the harder part. They think that they've gone back. Naf's already pushing down.
This is actually a little bit confusing because, sure, Sonny's got the open B site, but the bomb's nowhere to be seen. Snack's going to start the full back here. Look at Naf's position. He could get incredibly fortunate here. If Snack starts to make noise at this point, this could all fall apart still. 40 seconds, Robs towards Romeo.
40 seconds sounds like a lot, but if you lose the bomb and have to battle back at the bottom of mid, it could be a huge problem. So even though it's just Naf, he now knows where two players are. Make it one as he removes Snacks. 30 seconds. This duel, everything. After this, he just has to control the ball, has to control the time. He's gonna give it up. He's gonna actually rotate off of it because he wasn't comfortable waiting for the unknown of Rops to arrive.
But surely they have to go B still. I'm surprised he doesn't just knife out and go towards that B site. He knew he had the bomb down in that position. They couldn't justify going towards A. I thought he'd be in CT spawn, but he's actually camped out, and I think he's realized now, look at frustration on his face. I think his teammates are saying, like, why didn't you just deny the bomb plant, get them crossing? You'd had a chance there. And now this is looking pretty difficult for him.
Find the opener. Sonny was tagged 3 HP. That would have been huge for Naf's chance to get back in. He takes damage, but he gets them both, and Liquid get map points.
It looked like it was over. The decision not to try and contend the bomb plant, it seemed like that was it. But somehow he finds an entrance into the moment. It's going to be mowing down the corpse as well. He's had enough. He wants this map to be over.
That Canadian's not sorry at all for that round. Showing off the Ontario manners.
As I said, he looked frustrated the fact he didn't make this play originally. He was camping on the A side. I think he was banking on the fact they might not have time to plant, but they grabbed it and had comfortable plant towards B, but still he comes out on top. Pretty sensational stuff there from Nafly. One more round will do it. So Liquid to get 2-1 here.
Snacks toward top mid. That's an absolute dagger in this game. Mouse trying to keep themselves in contention, limit Liquid to 14, get just destroyed. Smoke goes down deep toward the stairs. As well, Naf's gonna nade on top of it. There's really not anyone there to catch that, but just use of utility to set the tone, set the tempo. AWP to note on the Liquid side, they've not ran one on either side really, except for Naf and a few rare exceptions early on their T side. It's not been a feature for them. Speaking of, Nafki and Elise are going to start to push down. Banana Smoke's still there, so they'll burrow in. At the tree, buddy system. And with two players that far down Banana, usually that indicates that when they go A, they'll push Banana and try and lock them in toward mid. So all they have to do is slow things down on the A side if it goes that far, if they're not detected first, but they're going to get into this. Molotovs to pull them out, still managing one kill. They know that Naf's still on the corner. There's not really any room for him to wiggle, so pretty straightforward to run in, and Oscar makes sure that he cleans them out.
There we go. mousesports will be left in a 4 versus 2. Taco still towards 8, but Nitro holding the B side. 30 seconds remaining. If they can deny the plant, there still is a chance here. This could be ended right here in the 4-on-2.
Taco has to try and time it to perfection. There's such low HP on Chris, who's holding the bomb, but Rop's perfect shot instead. Now it's pretty much impossible for Nitro to do anything in this round. Picks up a kit down Banana for what that's worth, but $350. We'd be at 14-9 potentially. Then we'd start to get into where we really start to consider it a contest, double digits on both sides. But still, Liquid can rest comfortably, at least for now. They've got a few rounds to work with before they have to get scared.
Yeah, absolutely true. Nitro trying to save his AK-47 right now, buried in T-spawn. Still with the kits and the flashbang, but money not too healthy now for Liquid. Naf with 4K. If the AK is saved, they could potentially buy up around it. I don't think it's required, though. But a huge buffer of rounds here can just hold on to the money. Don't need to end it anytime soon. Wait till you have an ideal opportunity as it goes. Another round in favor of mousesports there. 15-8. 3K for Elise, 2.5 for Taco. The AK save, I think, just some CZ would be fine. Nothing more required. And here's Oscar getting it done. Great utility usage towards B. You can see those Molotovs flashing out the CTs. Oscar rattles both of them with the AK. And the partial buy comes in.
Nitro this time gets aggressive toward mid. He's gonna have Twist with him. This might be right side push. Get toward the bench. Not quite. They're just gonna throw utility instead to try and lock out the tease. Say that, and here they go, actually. They wanted the third utility, so it is gonna be a full mid push. Oscar's there. Smoke down, they won't be able to see him. Chris clears Elige. If he'd been able to hold off the other side of Banana, it would have given them a promising situation. Great find from Oscar. Not done yet. Twist really got through with the CZ. He actually controls it. Sunny to trade, and this round as well should go now mousesports' way at 15-9, but that was a Hail Mary from Liquid. Nothing to lose really in that round, still with a hefty lead. 6 further rounds required to force out overtime from mousesports. It can be done. Think back to the major in that group stage. You referenced this yesterday for Liquid. They had Astralis at 13-2. Astralis went to the T side and actually pushed it to overtime. So Liquid haven't been the cleanest of closers on Inferno.
Yeah, they never really have been that sort of team that can find huge landslide victories. They'll get the 15. It can be a bit of a slog to finish the game off just like this. They'll take another partial buy here. 5-7's Deagles as mousesports try to get back into this one. It's the third map of our 5 potential. It's going to be Dust 2 next though, Matt. That's when I feel like this grand final might reach its absolute peak. If we are going to go to 5, it'll be down to mousesports bringing the fire with the double orb set up on Dust 2. Still have a chance to bounce back here in Inferno, but the chance is really running out at this point. 6 rounds in a row required, but this one should be doable. Deagles, CZs, that's pretty much it. Nafai has a kit, so he'll be playing to win. mousesports are sending 5 players towards the steps. Not going to be rushing at all, though. Just throwing the initial utility there. Smoke down, and now Robs will just be tapping away, finds Elige initially, and that is a great start. Don't really have to do anything at this stage. Wait for to see what the CTs are up to, try and get some basic control. It's actually be a 3-man stack towards B for Team Liquid here.
Just got his way into Cubby in case they head back over toward A instead, but it's gonna be a crossfire. Shooting them in the head would certainly work. That guy's right. It's definitely one way to win a round.
The most effective way, I would say.
Certainly with pistols, it might be. Smoke down Chris. That's for his chance to get back in. Bomb up. Henry, I think your place as the UK's finest has been removed. Everyone's cheering for Smoothie everywhere now.
Seems so.
It's a new king.
I used to scream Henry, now I scream Smoothie.
I definitely don't remember those days, but I'll take your word for it.
Flashbangs in. And here we go, the play from mousesports. They've already got the man advantage. Nitro in a decent position, though. This isn't a foregone conclusion. We'll see if we can get anything done. Doesn't look like it. mousesports running away with the round. That should confirm it, as Twist can only be a bystander here. As the bomb will go down, mousesports find double digits, now need 5 in a row.
This is, yeah, double digits, as you always say, this is when you actually start to have to give it some thought. Because if you're on the CT side, you can effectively only buy every second round. Yes. So you really have 2, 3 more chances to close this at best.
Yeah, it still can fall apart here. The pressure can get to you. Lose a couple of disastrous rounds. Arguments begin, but still, they'll be absolutely fine right now. Sure, that's just, for me, the double digits thing is just like, that's where doubt starts to creep into your head. That's about it. Some players can get a little bit worried at this point, considering you had such a huge lead. It's definitely falling apart. But this was just because Liquid wanted to make sure they had the absolute strongest buy they could. They've taken a couple of ecos now. They didn't even have to take one really this round. But they're looking to close it out here. Twist will save. It's actually fine because he wants to get an M4. Already got the armor now. Flashbangs from Taco deployed. As you can see him looking around, his eyes is darting around the screen, trying to work out where he was. Taken down, but it demonstrates what he was up to there, his thought process. We have a technical pause. The first one, yeah. Done pretty well so far.
Yeah, first one so far. It might be a minute or 2. They're actually going to swap out a monitor. So I'll get that replaced and get it back underway. I'm trying to see, I think it's Snacks. Actually, I think it's Rops. Take it back. That's going to have his removed. So Rops needs to be able to see. Even with the eye tracker, Henry, a monitor still needs to be in front of him for it to work.
It's a good point. So that will take a whole minute just to get that sorted out. They have got the
They're
other
pretty
monitor
quick.
to get. Yeah.
They're pretty drilled on this sort of regime. There's always monitors sitting backstage at the ready. They'll switch the panel directly usually, just to give you an idea of the procedure. Now, if it's a cable issue, that'll take another round to identify, unfortunately. But already that new panel is in place as we look at Taco, just waiting for this one to end. It's been a bit of a struggle for him in particular on this map. Just to note, he sits on 5 kills. He is bottom of the chart by 4 under that of Sunny, and yet he's on the winning side. So that speaks volumes about him in this game, unfortunately, just not being able to find footing. It's best of 5 series, it's long, and like we say, everyone's had sort of a turn at the top. For Liquid, we've seen some incredible performances. Nitro, Twist, certainly. But it seems like they're taking turns underperforming as well. So long as they win, they won't care. Like I say, best of 5, lots of time for them to recover and build back into it. You can't get too hard on yourself mentally over one map.
Sure. Yeah. Salij at the very top at 23 and 13. Beneath his Twist at 19 kills, Naf 17. The bottom is Taco, significantly lower than his teammates from 5 and 17. But you're right, just win the map, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're winning the map, the stats don't really matter in that respect, to be honest. It's Snacks, though, at the very top for mousesports.
Speaking of,
is he going to take a drink? Oh, he's done it. Crowd on the feet. Always was a bit of a showman. Looks a bit more relaxed now. He's top of the scoreboard, Matt. 23 kills, probably his strongest performance yet in the tournament.
this stage, this final, he's been here before. Keep in mind as well, there's one man that has won, although that won't hold true in this event. Both New Yorks. Guardian won it with Na'Vi, and then won it again with FaZe last year.
Indeed.
This year he went out in the group stages.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal. FaZe in a bit of turmoil right now, it seems.
I did like the stat as well that Thorin brought us at the start of this segment. Liquid has lost this event to the winner in both previous years.
That's true.
So, final boss as they try and take a 2-1 series lead. 1 round separating them from doing so. Quick test for Rops, the admin, still just confirming that it all works. He'll level up the monitor to where he's comfortable. Once we get the thumbs up from him, we'll be all good. Remember, the teams can't talk to each other in this technical timeout time, including that of the coach. You're not allowed to communicate at all. It is not used for tactics.
Indeed.
And that strictly was designed because teams used to be quite clever and sometimes maybe abuse a technical issue to get some communication in.
Yeah, it just eradicates any sort of chance of any foul play. You just cause a tech pause when you can just sit there indefinitely chatting. So it does make sense. As remember, we are 15-10 here. mousesports with the momentum, but one mistake, it'll all come crashing down around them. It's unlikely they find 5 in a row on the T side, but still absolutely possible. Hopefully the tech problem will be resolved momentarily. I'll look at the chat. So I can confirm it was Robs' monitor that kept losing signal. So ready in 1 minute apparently. And Sunny, one of the key names of mousesports. He's on 9 and 18, so a little bit unfortunate. The style player hasn't showed up in the third map here. Still another map to be played regardless of what happens here though. Dust 2 is up next, and that's where we really will see some sparks fly, I believe, with the all potential, especially what Nitro is displaying on the first map.
But certainly on Dust 2, the way that they're playing individually, it's going to be a slugfest. Double op setup. Starting to become more of a thing for Liquid, to be fair. Again, Naf able to pick it up. Nitro looking more promising. Certainly in this event, he's becoming more comfortable on the weapon, but we know that mousesports will absolutely on Dust 2 run that, potentially even on T side.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're back into the action. Team Liquid need 1 more round to close out Inferno. They'll send 3 players towards the B site here. Flashbangs to be deployed, and they want to close it out with a bang by the looks of things. They're going for the aggression here. The early play to try and find the kill. Alige, he's been so good at getting down towards those T steps. Does he want to go any further this time?
Sonny waits to get inside of the boiler position. Naf's already on rotation. Gets back over. That's due to the fact that Alige has control of Banana. There's no contest there. Bomb is inside of apartments. This is absolutely going to be an overwhelming strategy onto the A side. Smokes You would assume directly on top of default for a fast plant. The only one they have to worry about being a thorn in that, well, take that back, Naf's getting closer. I was going to say is the pit player at that point, which was normally Twist. They've rotated it around this time. Minute forward and they reconsider. Wondered how long it would take for that chance.
Well, Liquid still with 5 players alive here. B control coming from mousesports. Chris J, Sunny and Oscar there. Bomb will join them momentarily. That's with Robs. It's actually Elige who's alone towards B. 4-man stack towards the A side. This might be a complete run over.
And if it is, if Elige goes down right away, instant save call. We talked about it. You really only get a chance every second round based on the economy situation on the CT side. The fact that he's still alive and efficient will encourage Taco to get closer. Nitro's on the way as well. Naf refuses to leave until he has to. All 5 on both sides. Still up, but Elige through the altar, through the stained glass window, stains the floor with blood as Chris goes down. Bomb gets planted, but that'll encourage it. Now they're on the move. Twist and Nitro backside of the smoke. Taco to cover off Elige's position. They've got a 2-2 retake as Naf still waits to get closer. No nades to go out toward Emo, but the boost works. Twist finds another. He's gonna fire in, he might! Oh, nearly finds Sunny! The gun barrel showing he was gray screen. He gave himself up. Twist finds his way back in. Oscar's left alone, and although he's down toward middle, there's no chance he holds off the bomb. I take it back, he's gotten 2, but it's diffused. Liquid's got a 2-1 lead in the series.
Absolutely epic finish there. That's why we love grand finals. It's Elige isolated on the bomb site. He gets taken down to 10 HP. He gets a dink off and he knows it. He goes to the wall bag and gives him the opening they do desperately require there. They convert it to the victory, and what a way to close it out. Fantastic stuff, and it only sets us up in a perfect way, Matthew, for Dust 2.
Dust 2 is going to be beautiful, just like the 3 men coming up on the desk. We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back.